Public accountability is the responsibility of agencies and public organizations entrusted with public funds to account for the fiscal and social responsibilities that have been allocated to them. Public service. A government or its agencies supply or support a service. It is possible that the agency delivering public service is working for or on behalf of the government. If we want decent governance, accountability should be applied. Accountability exists when an individual or body and the duties performed by that individual or body are subject to another person's scrutiny, requiring them to produce information or reason for their actions. According to him, responsibility is divided into two stages: accountability and enforcement. The obligation of the government, its agencies, and public officials to provide information about their choices and activities is known as accountability. Civil society is responsible for enforcing accountability systems to ensure that authorities perform well. The essential principle, public office is a public trust, which means that it is held in the public interest at all times. Public authorities and employees must be accountable to the people, serve them with the utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, behave with patriotism and fairness, and live modest lives at all times. Public office, public office elements. It must be established by law or an ordinance enacted by law. 2. Must have sovereign government functions to be exercised for the public good. 3. Functions must be defined expressly or impliedly by law. 4. Functions must be exercised by an officer directly under the control of law, not by a superior officer, unless they are functions conferred by law on inferior officers who are under the control of a superior, and must have some permanence or continuity, not temporary or occasional. Classification of public officers: discretionary or ministerial officers, executive, legislative, and judicial officers, civil or military officers, discretionary or ministerial officers, government officials at the national, provincial, and municipal levels. Public office powers: discretionary, imposed by law, wherein officer has right to decide how and when duty shall be done, mandamus will not lie, and ministerial, discharge is mandatory and requires neither judgment nor discretion, mandamus will not lie. Special anti-corrupt bodies: public prosecutor, ombudsman, commission of audit, financial accountability, Sandigan Bayan, anti-graft court. The Civil Service Commission is in charge of enforcing ethical norms and conduct. Section 4 of Art. 9. The present anti-graft court, known as Sandigan Bayan, shall continue to function and exercise its jurisdiction as now or hereafter may be provided by law. Section 5 of Art. 9. 11. There is hereby created the independent office of the Ombudsman, composed of the Ombudsman to be known as Tanod Bayan, one overall deputy, at least one deputy each for Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. A separate deputy for the military establishment may likewise be appointed. Ombudsman qualifications: a Filipino citizen who is at least 40 years old and was born in the Philippines, at least 10 years of experience as a practitioner or judge office. Term 7-year, term no reappointment. Ombudsman's responsibilities: shall act promptly on complaints filed in any form or manner against government officials or employees or any subdivision, agency or instrumentality thereof. including government, owned or controlled corporations, and shall, in appropriate cases, notify the complainants of the action taken and the outcome thereof. Inhibitions and disqualifications: shall not hold any other office or job, shall not practice any profession or be actively involved in the administration or control of any business that is influenced by the function of his office in any way, shall not be financially engaged, directly or indirectly, in any contract with or franchise or privilege provided by the government or any of its subdivisions, and shall not be qualified to compete for any position in the election following their withdrawal from office. Officials eligible for impeachment: President, Vice President, Supreme Court members, Ombudsman, members of constitutional commissions. Impeachment grounds: culpable breach of the Constitution, treason, bribery, graft and corruption, betrayal of public trust. Process of impeachment: a complaint is submitted in the House of Representatives. The complaint is forwarded to the proper committee to affirm or overturn the impeachment complaint, and a third of all House members must vote. Thank you.